At 3 o'clock in the morning, a deafening fire alarm shattered the silence inside a hotel in Berlin. Players rushed into the hallway, confused, exhausted, and still half asleep. Among them was Alex Eala, standing outside in the freezing night wearing nothing but her pajamas, wondering if she'd get any rest before one of the biggest matches of her season. Less than 12 hours later, she walked onto the court and shocked the tennis world. How did a player who had just suffered a crushing defeat days earlier suddenly defeat one of the hottest players on tour? The answer is far bigger than one tennis match. Let's break it all down. Just a few days before arriving in Berlin, things looked bleak for Alex Eala. She had suffered a painful straight sets loss that left fans questioning whether her grass court season was already falling apart before it had even begun. The defeat wasn't just disappointing, it completely changed the narrative surrounding her. Commentators started doubting her chances. Analysts believed she wasn't ready. Her ranking slipped. Confidence appeared to be fading. Meanwhile, her next opponent couldn't have been in better form. Donna Vekic entered Berlin riding an incredible wave of momentum. Only days earlier, she'd captured a major title after defeating Katie Boulter and Emma Raducanu in back-to-back impressive performances. Her confidence was sky-high, her ranking had surged, and many believed she was becoming one of the most dangerous players on grass. Everything pointed toward one obvious prediction. Vekic was expected to win comfortably. After all, she had confidence, momentum, experience, and unlike Alex, she hadn't just endured a sleepless night because of a hotel evacuation. From the outside, the result seemed almost inevitable. But tennis has a funny way of ignoring expectations. Sometimes the biggest victories begin when nobody believes they're possible. As the match started, something immediately felt different. Alex didn't look nervous. She didn't look tired. She didn't look like someone who had barely slept. Instead, she looked calm, focused, locked in. Every movement carried confidence. Every shot had purpose. It was almost as if the difficult week had disappeared completely. The first set quickly turned into a battle. Neither player wanted to give an inch. Every service game became more intense than the last. The rallies grew longer. The pressure kept building. You could feel that one mistake might decide everything. This wasn't about power anymore. It was about mental strength. And that's exactly where Alex began separating herself. While Vekic searched for answers, Alex stayed patient. She refused to panic. She trusted her game. Then, at the biggest moment of the set, she struck. A perfectly timed break of serve completely shifted the momentum. Suddenly, Alex led 7-5. It wasn't just a score. It was a statement. The favorite was suddenly chasing the match. And that pressure only grew from there. Because once the second set began, Alex looked even stronger. She wasn't playing faster. She wasn't forcing winners. She was simply making better decisions. Every point had a purpose. Every rally slowly pushed Vekic further into frustration. The statistics later revealed exactly why. Vekic earned 14 breakpoint opportunities. She converted only 2. Alex created just 6 opportunities. She converted 4. That's championship-level efficiency. When the pressure reached its highest point, Alex never blinked. She stayed composed while her opponent let opportunity after opportunity slip away. That difference decided the match. But there's another layer to this story that makes the victory even more remarkable. This wasn't actually the first time these two had faced each other. Earlier in the season, Alex had already beaten Vekic. Then she defeated her again during an exhibition event. Now, on one of the biggest stages yet, history repeated itself. 3 matches, 3 victories, 0 losses. At some point, those results stop looking like coincidence. They become psychological. Every athlete knows that repeated defeats against the same opponent can slowly plant seeds of doubt. Even when you're playing incredible tennis, even after winning titles, the moment you see that familiar opponent across the net, memories begin creeping back into your mind. And in elite sports, hesitation is often all it takes. What happened next caught almost everyone by surprise. Because from the very first rally, it was obvious this wasn't the same Alex Eala who had walked off the court defeated just days earlier. Something had changed. She wasn't playing like someone trying to recover from a disappointing loss. She wasn't playing like someone running on only a few hours of sleep after being forced out of her hotel room in the middle of the night. Instead, she looked completely fearless. Every movement looked confident. Every return was clean. Every point carried a level of belief that simply hadn't been there a week before. It was as if all the frustration from that painful defeat had been transformed into determination. And that's exactly what made this performance so dangerous. Because sometimes the most dangerous athlete isn't the one arriving full of confidence. It's the one with something to prove. On the other side of the net stood Donna Vekic. She wasn't just another opponent. She had just enjoyed one of the best weeks of her entire season. After winning a major grass court title, defeating both Katie Boulter and Emma Raducanu, Vekic entered Berlin with enormous momentum. Her confidence couldn't have been higher. Analysts believed she was finally playing the tennis everyone had expected from her for years. The draw looked perfect. The predictions looked easy. Experience favored Vekic. Current form favored Vekic. The rankings favored Vekic. Even the circumstances favored Vekic. Everything suggested Alex Eala was walking into one of the toughest matches of her young career. But tennis has never been played on paper. Matches aren't won by predictions. They're won 1 point at a time. And that's exactly how Alex approached this challenge. She refused to think about rankings. She ignored the recent headlines. She forgot about her disappointing loss just days earlier. Instead, she focused on one rally, then another, then another. That simple mindset slowly began changing the entire match. The opening games were incredibly tense. Neither player wanted to give away an early advantage. Every hold of serve felt important. Every rally became a mental battle. You could almost feel both players trying to figure each other out. Who would blink first? Who would lose patience? Who would crack under pressure? For several games, neither player had the answer. The scoreboard stayed close. The crowd remained quiet, sensing that one small mistake could completely change everything. Then came the turning point. Late in the first set, with pressure reaching its highest level, Alex produced some of her best tennis of the afternoon. Instead of becoming nervous, she became even more aggressive. Instead of protecting the score, she attacked it. Her returns landed deeper. Her movement became quicker. Her confidence became impossible to ignore. That pressure finally forced Vekic into mistakes she hadn't been making all week. One loose forehand. One missed first serve. One perfectly timed return from Alex. Suddenly, the break arrived. Just like that, Alex closed out the opening set 7-5. It wasn't a dominant scoreline, but psychologically, it completely changed the match. Because now all the pressure shifted. The player everyone expected to win was suddenly behind, and chasing a match against someone who had already beaten her before. That kind of pressure can slowly creep into a player's mind. It starts with one missed opportunity, then another. Before long, doubt begins replacing confidence. And that's exactly what happened. Meanwhile, Alex looked calmer with every passing game. She wasn't forcing spectacular winners. She wasn't trying to entertain the crowd. She simply kept making smart decisions. She trusted her game. She trusted her preparation. And most importantly, she trusted herself. That's something statistics can never fully explain. Confidence isn't measured by rankings. It's measured by how you respond when the biggest moments arrive. And Alex responded like a veteran. But what made this performance even more impressive wasn't just the final score. It was how Alex Eala won. If you only looked at the scoreboard, you would see a straight set victory and assume it was comfortable. It wasn't. Every single game was a battle. Every service game carried enormous pressure. And every point felt like it could change the direction of the match. Donna Vekic wasn't playing badly. Far from it. She continued creating opportunities throughout the match. Again and again, she pushed Alex into difficult situations. Again and again, she earned breakpoint chances that could have completely shifted the momentum. In total, Vekic created 14 breakpoints. 14 chances to break Alex's serve. Normally, giving an opponent that many opportunities is a recipe for disaster. Most players eventually crack under that kind of pressure. But Alex refused to. Instead of panicking, she became even more composed. When the pressure reached its highest level, she produced her best tennis. That's the mark of a truly dangerous competitor. Anyone can play well when they're leading comfortably. The great players separate themselves when everything is on the line. And that's exactly what Alex did. Whenever Vekic threatened to turn the match around, Alex found another big first serve, another fearless return, another perfectly placed forehand, another calm decision under pressure. It almost looked as if the bigger the moment became, the calmer Alex became. Meanwhile, something very different was happening on the opposite side of the net. You could slowly see frustration beginning to build inside Donna Vekic. At first, it was almost invisible. A small shake of the head, a deep sigh after missing a return, a longer walk toward the towel between points. Nothing dramatic. But tennis fans know exactly what those little moments mean. Because tennis isn't just a physical sport. It's a psychological battle that never stops. Every missed opportunity stays in your mind. Every break point you fail to convert starts creating doubt. Instead of thinking about the next point, you start replaying the previous one. and against an opponent who keeps refusing to make mistakes. That frustration grows even faster. That's exactly what happened here. The more chances Vekic missed, the stronger Alex became. The momentum slowly shifted until the confidence that Vekic had carried into Berlin started disappearing point by point. This is where experience usually makes the difference. But surprisingly, it was the younger player who looked more mature. Alex never rushed. She never celebrated too early. She never allowed one great point to distract her from the next one. Her body language stayed exactly the same from the opening game until match point. That level of emotional control is extremely rare for a young player, especially against an experienced opponent who had just won a tournament days earlier. Then came another incredible statistic. Alex finished the entire match without hitting a single double fault. Think about that for a moment. Not one. Grass courts are incredibly fast. The pressure was enormous. The crowd knew every point mattered. Yet every time she stepped to the service line, Alex trusted her motion completely. She never guided the ball. She never hesitated. She committed to every serve. That confidence told an even bigger story than the final score. Because double faults usually happen when players begin doubting themselves. Alex never reached that point. Her mind stayed clear. Her focus never disappeared, even after everything that had happened the night before. Remember, this was the same player who had been forced out of her hotel room at 3 o'clock in the morning because of a fire alarm. Instead of enjoying a full night's recovery before one of the biggest matches of the tournament, she was standing outside in the cold with dozens of other players, wondering when everyone would finally be allowed back inside. For professional athletes, routines matter. Sleep matters. Recovery matters. Every hour counts. Disrupt that routine, and performance often suffers. Many players would have used that as an excuse. Nobody would have blamed them. But Alex never looked for excuses. She simply adapted. She accepted the situation. She moved on. And when match time arrived, she played some of the smartest tennis of her career. That's what makes champions different. They can't control unexpected problems. They can't control difficult schedules. They can't control fire alarms, bad weather, or unlucky draws. But they can control their response. And Alex's response sent a powerful message to the rest of the tour. No matter what happens before the match, once she steps onto the court, she's ready to compete. By the time the final games arrived, you could feel something changing. This wasn't just another upset anymore. It felt like the beginning of something much bigger. The commentators noticed it. The crowd noticed it. Even Vekic seemed to realize the momentum had completely slipped away. When the final point was won, Alex didn't celebrate wildly. She didn't scream. She didn't throw her racket into the air. She simply smiled. Because deep down, she knew this victory meant far more than reaching the next round. It proved that one disappointing loss doesn't define a season. It proved that rankings don't decide matches. And most importantly, it proved that Alex Eala is becoming the kind of player no one wants to face, especially